Hello everybody and welcome back to Path of Exile 2. As you can see, we're on another character again. I finished getting my my witch into maps. She's ready to go in the maps, but as I've said in the past, I'm easily bored, and usually by the time you get to maps, you've got your character arc basically finished as far as the skills you're going to be using, and once you get to maps, you're basically just continuing to level up the rotation of skills that you typically use for whatever it is that you're doing. So by the time I get to that point, I'm kind of bored with the character and I'm ready to move on to something else, which is why we're doing this now. Today we're using, we're doing a bleed rake, another bleed rake build for the Amazon. I'm not really interested in the lightning spear build. I don't know why, it just doesn't appeal to me very much. I really like the bleed rake, the idea of the bleed rake fighting style, and this one's pretty cool because it allows you to kind of explode things. You know, the rake has a 100% bleed chance, which is really nice, and then once you kill them, they all explode. So that's pretty cool. I have found that the DPS on this character so far has been really high. I'm able to just pretty much, like, almost, I don't want to say almost every boss that I fight, I'm able to just kind of stand there and hold the button down, which is pretty nice. I know that people who like fighting the bosses and like the boss mechanics and all that stuff are going to be like, well, that's boring. And I'm like, I understand what you mean by that, but as somebody who hates having to redo fights, it's nice to be able to just kind of stand there and burn the boss down. Because for me, the boss fights and all that stuff isn't really the point. For me, it's the mechanics of the character. And for me, it's the build of the character that's like fun for me. That's the part I'm really in. Well, let me I'm not getting across what I'm trying to say in a very good way, because what I just said doesn't really make sense based off of how I don't really get into like the building of the character that much. I mean, I wouldn't mind it. I wouldn't mind getting into the building of the character that much. It just, when games have a lot of complexity. What am I looking for here? Because there's a difference between complexity and... What's the word I'm looking for here? I think you intuitively know what I'm trying to say. I can't figure out the words for it. Because there's complex, which means there's a bunch of different things, and there's complicated, which means that so complex means there's a lot of variables, I think, and then complicated means that there aren't that many variables, but the variables that there are can tend to cause a lot of problems or are very difficult to manage. I think that's kind of what I'm trying to get to. So, you know, I wouldn't necessarily mind complicated. This game isn't complicated. It's very complex. It has a bunch of different things that you can manage, and then, you know, but those things are very simple and straightforward, I guess, is kind of what I'm getting to. And you would think that that would be that would make building things easier because, you know, there are a lot. It's simple, but the things that you're managing are simple to deal with. But the problem is that the game is overly complex. The tree is just so incredibly diverse and massive, and that wouldn't be a problem if the game was tuned to allow you the kind of choice that you would need to be able to, like, experiment around with that. And the biggest problem for me, at least, is that there is no mechanism for experimentation in this game when it comes to, like, trying out builds. Like, if you want to try out a build, you have to put it into some kind of a simulator thing that will give you some numbers. Those numbers don't really mean anything once you get into the game, because, yeah, I mean, they give you kind of a vague idea of how an ability might perform, you know, if you understand those numbers enough to do something with it. But realistically, even you know, heavy build guys will tell you that there is no substitute for getting into the game and just trying the abilities out and trying the builds out as you've made them, right? So, I mean, I like crafting things. I like the idea of like making my own builds, but the fact that they make it very difficult for you to swap out your ability, they make it very expensive to swap out your skills and things like that. And, you know, I'd love to just go in and try out, like, come up with a tree in my head that I think might work and go try it out. And then if it doesn't work, I don't have to spend all of the gold that I've acquired so far emptying that tree out to go try something else. You see what I mean? Like, I don't understand the philosophy of swapping your character abilities expensive. I've never really understood that, especially if you're going to make the system as complex as it is. So, I don't know, I somehow got into a sidetrack on that. That's not really what I was trying to talk about. I was trying to say that, for the most part, you know, when it comes to what I enjoy about the game, it is not the difficulty, or it's not the fighting. Like, the fighting is interesting, you know, I want to do it. It's an integral part of the game. That's not really what I'm here for. What I'm here for is to experience the world and experience different character types. I said that in my last video. And I'm not, like, there's a reason why games like this are just kind of not made for somebody like me. It's because I can't just sit there and endlessly grind the same thing over and over again. I get bored. I need to have variety. I need to have, you know, something different. And I think that's probably one of my biggest complaints about this game in particular, is that the focus is almost exclusively... The focus is almost exclusively... Oh, here we go. The focus is almost exclusively on, you know, the end game, which, you know, for somebody like me who isn't really particularly interested in, you know, just endlessly grinding map after map after map after map after map after map after map. Like, that's just not something I'm particularly interested in doing. You know, I'll do it for a little bit. I'll do it for a little bit just to kind of experience the maps and, you know, maybe fight a boss or two. But, you know, it's just not something... I can't just sit there and just endlessly grind for gear. That's boring to me. So, yeah, like, I know some of you are thinking, like, this is boring. I'm just sitting here watching, and you're just sitting there holding the button down, nothing's happening, she's just dying, and I'm like, yeah, but my goal isn't the boss fight. My goal is getting through the area to get to the next thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's my goal. That's what I want to get done. Like, fighting the bosses is not the thing for me. And I know that for some of you, that's like, well, why are you playing this? Like, well, because I enjoy... I'm a progress bar kind of guy. Like, I feel good when, like, the progress bar is filling up. I'm just one of those people where when the progress bar is moving and it's not just sitting there, I feel like I'm getting something done. And that's kind of why... It's one of the big reasons why I play video games, is because, you know, I haven't really been able to get things done in my personal life, I guess, or, you know, the things that I'd like to do in my life. And this is at least something I can do while I'm waiting for the stars to align for the things that I'd like to really be doing. You know, at least I can feel like I'm progressing in something. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you're sitting here, and you can say, you know, well, just get out there and make it happen. It's like, well, you know, life doesn't always just allow you to get out there and make it happen. So, you know, you take what substitutes you can get. You take what substitutes you can get. If I knew what to do to get to where I want to go, that'd be a different story. But I am basically right now, I'm in the process of recovering from the mistakes of the past. I haven't fully recovered enough to where I can... There are arbitrary... I don't want to say arbitrary, but there are specific things that I basically have no choice but to wait for. I can't really... I don't want to get personal about it, but there are benchmarks that I'm waiting for to happen right now, and I can't really do anything, any of the things in my life that I'd like to do until those benchmarks have been met. Ooh, that's interesting. I think we might actually, because we cannot use projectile attacks. I'm not necessarily horrified by that. Let's see. Let me pull up I actually have my build guide up because I've been playing it for a little bit. Let's see. Next up, we're supposed to come down here and take strength, and then we're going to start going up the spear tree, so that's good. Excuse me. I'm a little bit leery about that, if I'm honest with you. Oh, they're okay. Sorry about that. So we'll do that, and then we'll sell this shield. I don't know why I have that shield there. 155 versus 130. Put that in there. And then... Yeah, we'll hold on to that. Are we able to even do this yet? So, oh, Blood Hunt. Here we go. Been waiting for Blood Hunt. Okay. So Spear Field, and then the guide for Blood Hunt, because we can use that to, you know, drastically increase our DPS. We want Blood... Oh, wait. What? Hold on, I gotta... I gotta figure this out. Why? Oh, because I'm looking at the wrong one. So Blood Hunt wants Heavy Swing and Execute. Do I even have Heavy Swing? Let's see. Do I have Heavy Swing? It's going to be before H. Does not appear so. And Execute. Expedite. Unfortunately. And I don't think... Is Heavy Swing a... It is a level 2. Execute is level 1, so we'll take that. Execute, and we'll put that in Blood Hunt. I'm basically following the next act worth of stuff. I know you can't see the screen, so it doesn't make any sense to you, but let's see here. We're going to do Heavy Swing. All right, Heavy Swing. Where is H? Back here, and we put that there. We'll leave that for now. I have the, I don't know. Blood Swing wants Heavy Swing, Exploit Weakness, and Execute. Let's see, Exploit. We're gonna go ahead and just get this fully done now. I have a bunch, like, of the few things that I've actually had that are like dropping fairly frequently. Somehow I've been getting up. Why? Oh, because I grabbed the wrong one. Okay, what was I trying to do? I was trying to exploit weakness. Okay, there we go. All right, that was a little bit concerning. I was like, what did I just do? Did I just screw myself? That was not good. Please don't do that. Okay, so we'll put that there. We'll disenchant that. Amulet. I'm trying to get through this as quick as I can. Put that amulet there. These go there. That goes there. Okay, so the question I'm gonna have. I mean, I don't really have any. I mean, the spear field is spear field considered a projectile? No, it's considered melee. Blood Hunt is considered melee. So I don't have any projectile skills that I'm using. So is this gonna have a drastic increase? Well, hold on. It's gonna be 19 to 36. Well, that's actually going to be... That would actually be a lower... That's actually not even... It's not even a good thing. So we're just going to... We'll break that down, and that's it. Cool. All right, what were we doing? We are in the Lost City. Let's hop back into there. Because I wanted to pick up these aged cuffs. So, yeah, back to what I was talking about. I'm the kind of person who back when World of Warcraft was like my main thing that I did, I would just go back and replay the leveling process over and over again. Because I just I enjoy the world, and I'm not really looking for, I'm not really looking for anything that feels like work. You know what I mean? Like there's enough work in life that I don't want to have to spend my off time, stressing out over something stupid that doesn't mean anything. I just want to chill, sit back, relax, kind of enjoy the experience of the world that I'm in, enjoy the character build as much as I can. I don't mind a little bit of a challenge, but when challenge is the goal rather than just the experience of the game, that's when I start being like, yeah, I'm ready to move on to something else now. So this is just like if I'm not making clear, consistent progress, then the game's just not fun for me. It's just not fun for me. And for me, at least, I know that, you look at maps and you say, oh, well, you could find gear. And it's like, well, yeah, but at the same time, how the randomness of how often gear drops and the quality of the gear that you find and, just how long it can take to find something. Sometimes it feels like you're just not getting anywhere because, there's two ways to deal with it. You can either trade for it, which... Honestly, the trading in this game is just obnoxiously ridiculous. I can't stand the trading in this game. in either of the Path of Exile games. I know they have issues for why they don't want an auction house, and I vehemently disagree with their philosophy on it. I disagree that trade should have any kind of friction at all. Like, if you want to get something, you should be able to just get it. If you have the money and you want to get it, then you should be able to just get it. It shouldn't have some kind of an arbitrary thing where you've decided as the developer that we're going to regulate how you guys as the player play the game. Like, you as the developer, you develop the game and put it out there, and the players will decide how they want to interact with it. I can't stand the controlling nature of some people. It really bugs me. But anyways, it's not really what I'm trying to get to. You can trade for it, which actually makes the process a lot quicker than grinding for it, obviously, but it's still an obnoxious system that I prefer not to deal with if I don't have to. Or the other way is you just keep grinding until you find gear that, you know, gives you the stats that you want, which, you know, that's fine. But as somebody who likes the clear, consistent progress of, you know, the progress bar just filling up, like, nothing, back in the 90s, back in the day, you guys just don't, you younger cats just don't know. Back in the day, when you saw a progress bar pop up, you were like, oh, crap. Because it's not like it is now, where for the most part, the progress bar just continues and continues. Like, there were long stretches of time when you were back in the day, like back in Windows 95, where the progress bar didn't really mean anything. You were just like, oh, okay, we're halfway done, but not really, because it was based off of quantity, the number of files, not necessarily the total size of what you're installing. So the way the progress bar would work is it would say, all right, we have 1,000 individual files that we need to install. We're going to break the progress bar up into 1,000 little pieces. So you watch the progress bar go, and then all of a sudden it would just stop and sit there for like 5 minutes sometimes. And you're just like, oh my God. So I believe that we're trying to get to, so we're doing all the spear damage, and we're going to go up the right side and then over here. So let's go ahead and do that. And we'll continue along with our play. So, you know, as processing speeds and things like that have gotten better, and as, you know, I'm pretty sure progress bars still work the same way. I don't imagine they've changed that much, but I think that because our computers are just so much more powerful and so much more efficient with the way that they manage data and everything like that, we get a much, oh, I didn't mean to pick that up. We get a much closer to, you know, consistent progress bar filling up kind of thing, because it's faster. It's way faster. And as it's just, I don't know, there's a satisfying thing to watch the progress bar just kind of fill up, and then when it's done, you feel like, that was finished. All right, cool. You know, there's a sense of completion that, I don't know, this is how I feel about it. I know for a lot of people that probably doesn't make any sense. Okay. We'll go back to town really quick, because I picked up another Roahide coat, which is an upgrade, I think, from what I have now. So let's hop over here. We'll break down anything else that's preventing us from getting things done. That has no movement speed, which makes it completely useless to me. We're focusing on evasion for this build, so 213. Those are greater life flasks. Oops. Damn it. Okay. Let's do that. Oh, that already has one. I mean, I don't really see myself putting this on because I don't want to lose the resistance, but I want to run back really quick and just grab that other one so we can compare. We'll just see. War Spear. Ooh, I want to pick that up too. We'll try to we'll try to see if we can get a better we'll try to see if we can get some better stats out of that. That would be nice. Okay. Let's see. So we have, ooh, this one has lightning resistance, and I actually kind of need some lightning resistance, so well, that's an easy swap. That's not even a question. I was hoping that would end up being a better thing, but that's all right. Let's check the vendor really quick. After we break this down, we'll check the vendor really quick.
No need to rush.
See if she has a better spear for me. Not really. And I'm not really that interested because it's more focused on the projectile part of it, which isn't really something that we care about anyway, so excuse me. I think we're probably okay. I mean, I'm not really... We have cold and lightning resistance on this guy now, so I don't really see a need to even think about trying to do anything with that. So we'll hold on to what we have here. We'll hold on to what we have here, and then go back and finish this... I'd like to finish this Lost Shrines area and kill the boss guy before we end the video. So let's go this way. Uncut support gem. Okay, that takes care of them. Moving on, we'll go down and to the right, or down to the right to go up this way, because I think we're getting off kind of towards the left end of the map, and I don't really know. Oh, okay. I'm gonna take... I think I have a lot of fire rings, so we'll take the water ring. Why not? Am I still using... Still using a couple of fire rings here. So, let's go back and fix that. We need to balance out our, Sorry. We need to balance out our resistances. So I have a 12 resistance for lightning. Cold is a little bit lower. So I think we're going to swap out for one of the lightning rings, maybe. So we can put that there. Let's see. Lightning and life and rarity would be nice, I guess. Hold on. I got to put this up here so I can look at all these three. All right. So yeah, I'm thinking maybe go for one of these lightning rings. 30 and physical damage to attacks plus intelligence isn't strength is something that we're really focusing on. As much as I'd like to get the extra 7 resistance there, the rarity and the strength on this is probably a better fit for me. So let's just check out these and see which one is better. That's probably better. All right, so we'll put that there. Oh, I'm still not wearing an amulet because I'm not high enough level for any of the freaking amulets that I have. Okay. We can take some dexterity with some life and mana, I guess. Does she have any cool stuff? No amulets? No. So the only thing I can put on is this because it's the only thing that's available. Everything else is like ridiculously high level. So whatever, it is what it is. Let's move on. Excuse me. So I guess we kind of need to go that way. Maybe sometimes it's kind of hard to tell what direction the map is facing. It felt like it was up and right, but it might be up and left. It's hard to know. The bridge here is now making it pretty clear that it's kind of up and left and not up and right. Okay, up we go, up we go, up we go. So I'm just continue in this direction once you figure out the direction of the map. Usually, once you figure it out, it kind of continues that direction. So we'll just go up this way. 23. We're at the right level now, so it's not. I'm not that worried about killing too much. We just want to hurry up and get to the boss so we can finish this area. Okay. I thought it was up and to the left. It might still be. It's hard to know. No, this is it right here. Silver charm. I still have not found a single stun immunity charm yet. Not one. Highly annoying, because a couple of my characters really struggle with getting stunned. It's really annoying.
He holds a new loyalty now. My king nears.
Oh, I forgot to... Hold on. I got to blood hunt. Okay, we'll burn him down as much as we can, then we'll probably blood hunt him. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Just die. Alright, that takes care of him. Just pick up all of that since we have the inventory space and we're going back to town anyway. And then we'll grab this. So, yep, that's going to go ahead and be it for today's episode. Hopefully you guys had lots of fun. Be sure to click the like button to subscribe to help us reach 10,000 subscribers. Join as a member for early access to videos, among other perks, or you can just leave YouTube's version of a tip with the thanks button. I also have PayPal and Patreon links for those of you who prefer to go that route. Because some people do like to go outside of YouTube to help out the channel, so that option is there for your convenience. So again, thank you very much for watching. Be sure to come back for tomorrow's video, and I will see you then.